Fuck me. And of course she's got to aggro like every fucking thing on the way there. He's gonna be dead before he even gets out of there. Or not. Oh shit, did I God damn it. Forgot to heal myself. Jesus Christ. Alright, this is the second one. Dusk. At least I got that going for me, which is nice. Yeah. All the freaking accuracy in the world. Still can't aim at the broadside of a barn. I want to cry now. Whoops! Trying to find, there he is. Oh, come on. Thank you. Oh my fucking god. Do you want to get through in a hurry? Chop chop. Yeah, this fight, this whole scenario is pissing me off. Of course. Everything is like right there on fucking top of the dumbass. No one can hit it. Come on. Whew. Alright, which one is this one? 3. Okay. Fuck. Last one. Alright. That one's dead. Okay. Of course that would miss. Okay, why the hell is that thing out there? What the hell is it doing? That is the weirdest thing ever. Really? What the hell did it do? And I can't get in there. Lame. So it glitched out on me. Alright, this is 4 noon. Alright. Hmm. Alright, so 1, 4, wait, no, that's not right. Okay. Ugh, crap. 2, I totally screwed this up. Yeah, alright. Slot 1. Slot 2. Slot 3. Slot 4. Got it. Nope, that's not gonna work. Of course. Now that I actually, you know, save Raymond, I'm not gonna be able to save myself. Ugh. Rest in peace. I know, right? Rest in pieces, me. Oh, that's not gonna work. Doesn't matter if Isabel dies because I have a level 3 trauma kit thing. Oh my god. You mean I actually won? Holy shit. Save! Save, 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 save! Woo! Oh my god. Did I get any karma for that? No. Fuckers. Okay. The clean room echoes with your footsteps as you approach the capsule containing the assist surgical couch. Through the window, you can see that the last 8 years have not been kind to Raymond Black. The trauma of the last few days is readily apparent. The pasty pallor of his skin and the white growth of stubble on his chin make him appear far older than 65. He lies unconscious, his chest barely moving, his eyes sunken, and his jaw slack. Carefully applied gauze dressing on his balding head surrounds a gleaming metal port, a data jack. A thin bundle of wires runs from the jack to the device mounted to the capsule wall. Oh my god. Although his voice is small, it echoes loudly through the clean room. Okay. The old man's breathing changes, and you see movement under his eyelids. He slowly becomes conscious. Woo! Yay! Zilzin? Raymond opens his eyes, blinks a few times at you. We have to go. I left prosperity in the walled city. He must be disoriented from the assist programming. Looks like we got to him just in time. No time to catch up right now, Zilly. We've got to move. Alright, let's see. Hello, Ray. It's time to get out of here. We've got to go. I'm gonna get you out of there. Let's get back to the boat. I have questions and I want some answers. Alright, let's get him out of there. Let's get him out of there! Oh my god, I never thought I was gonna survive this. Disconnecting Raymond from the assist device proves to be straightforward, as does getting him out of the capsule and onto the cleanroom floor. It feels as if he barely weighs anything at all. Although his breathing is a bit erratic, Raymond seems steady enough on his feet. Lead on, Zilzin. I'll be right behind you. Do I have any karma? Nope. Now we gotta escape. Lovely. Anything else in here? How much you want to make a bet we're gonna die getting out of here? Those fuckers. What did I tell you? The guards are talking amongst themselves excitedly as you arrive. Then they're instantly alert, exchanging nervous glances. Their leader speaks up, addressing them with all the confidence he can muster. We're the last line of defense, and we are going to hold them here. Do you understand? The guards are clearly frightened, but appear ready to follow his orders. You can see his confidence rising at their reactions. Stop where you are, runner. Drop your weapons or we'll open fire. There's a trail of blood behind me wider than the South China Sea. You're going to be smart about this and drop your guns? We just took down your whole security network and cut our way through your best squad. You sure this is how you want to play this? We'll do the second one. The guard looks to his coworkers and nods to you. Nope, this is definitely not how we want to play this. Let's just pretend that we never saw each other, okay? He takes his finger off the trigger and begins lowering his weapon. Ah, okay. Yay. Yay. And I got an achievement for that. Awesome. They're just gonna let us through. Like, yeah. I could theoretically kill them, but I don't want to right now. I just want to leave and go home to my safe butthole. I should get some ice cream for this. How many times did it take me to do that stupid battle? 3 times? 4 times? Too many times. And then my OBS fritzed out. It was like, ah. Too many, yeah, I know. I'm so boring. The team hustles Raymond onto a subway car, quietly taking up defensive positions and scoping. I have ice cream on the brain right now. And scoping the platform for signs of pursuit. The old man is unsteady on his feet, but he insists on standing under his own power. He grabs a railing and holds on with white knuckles as the train lurches forward. Boring, don't worry, this is just a drill. A group of tourists sit nearby, conspicuously avoiding eye contact with any of you. Your crew looks over the old man with a bandage on the back of his head, exchanging meaningful expressions. Raymond squints at the odd group surrounding him, but his nod indicates that he understands he's among friends. Wu drags his goggles off his head, bending his knees to get a better look at his foster father. A tangled knot of relief, compassion, resentment, and hurt churns across the younger man's face as he wrestles with his confused emotions. Fear for his father's health overcomes them. Raymond, are you alright, little man? I fought against the reprogramming. The old man's voice is little more than a soft croak. His eyes are sunken and surrounded by dark circles. He looks like a zombie Bill Murray. His mother's medical technology must be amazing. It's hard to believe he's walking under his own power so soon after the surgery. Yeah, well, Grandma's an amazing woman. Her high-tech brain surgery, her ownership of the cops, her execution of my partner and those runners. Wu's face hardens and stands up straight, glaring down at the older man. Oh, and the way she had the plastic face man snatch her own son? Amazing woman. She's a real piece of work, no doubt about it. Easy, Duncan. Let's just get some answers. Yeah, you're right. That's what I want more than anything. Pain and bitterness drip from Wu's deep, raspy voice. This man, whoever he is, has a lot of explaining to do. Are you ready to start telling us the truth, Edward? The old man tilts his head up to the orc towering above him, and although exhausted, his jaw sits firm. Yes, Duncan, I'm ready to tell you everything. I had planned to explain it all to you, or all, when you arrived in Hong Kong. Yeah, our meeting was postponed due to kidnapping and murders, but oh man, there's some answers. We're here now, Ray. Ugh. The old man's mouth purses and his lips quiver for a moment, but he regains control. I never believed it would come to that my mother was capable of. He allows the thought to remain unfinished. The old man leans back on the wall of the subway car and gathers his thoughts. He seems to swoon for a moment, but then inhales deeply, swallows hard, and pulls himself erect. Ah, poor Raymond. My name is Edward Sang. I'm the only son of Josephine Sang, the CEO of Sang Mechanical Services, heir to the company. Before I left Hong Kong, I was the vice president of special projects, the up-and-coming star of the company. If you were the golden boy, why did you leave Hong Kong? Was prosperity one of your special projects? Is that why your mother kidnapped you, because you're eclipsing her? Let's see. Why did you leave? Raymond frowns as if the taste of the words are bitter in his mouth. My division was shut down, disbanded. One of my projects failed. Prosperity. Something you've never seen before washes over the old man's face. Shame. You've heard of prosperity, I see. Oh, I know I get why I'm so tired all of a sudden. Raymond takes a breath, and the labored croak of his voice drops to a monotone. I was part of a project my mother envisioned to rebuild Kowloon Walled City, a walking neighborhood for underprivileged citizens, fully integrated with job training programs, co-op childcare, drug counseling centers. It was a new approach to low-income housing in the East, the springboard to prosperity for hundreds of thousands. Yeah, that doesn't sound like the place I grew up in. Raymond is 20 years away. Doesn't seem to hear her. Mother personally oversaw every aspect of the project to ensure that every detail was executed properly. Chose each project manager herself, chaired regular status meetings with architects, builders, visited the worksite for surprise inspections. She was driven to make her renewed, revitalized walled city a success. Yeah, well, she didn't do too well with that whole prosperity thing, did she? So that was prosperity, another low-income housing project. No, the walled city wasn't the prosperity project. Raymond covers his eyes with the liver-spotted hand, the dread radiating from him like the stink of decayed meat. Prosperity was something I built at the center of the walled city. Then his hand drops, his eyes roll back in his head, and his face goes slack. A moment later, an invisible grip takes hold of your chest, constricts it, squeezing the air from your lungs. Your vision grays from the edges and the world surges backward, leaving you suspended in the distance on the periphery of reality. Great. Something is hurtling towards you, approaching from the fringe of your mind like a bullet train. It screams ahead, closer and closer until it's upon you, overwhelming you with its presence. And then nothing. Silence. Until a scream pierces your consciousness, pulls you screaming to its source. Great. What is this? You're back in the walled city, the city of darkness. I don't think I like this. Ooh, what was that? Your mind wrenches, inverts, and then violently jerks back into your skull. Your stomach cramps hard, and the taste of bile burns your throat. A thin trickle of cold sweat slides down the small of your back, and your eyes refuse to focus. Your crew fares no better. Gaubette pulls herself from the floor, Madness and Folly squeaking worriedly in the folds of her clothing. Really, that's what she named her rats? Madness and Folly? Sounds like something my daughter would do. Isabel grips a railing, her back to the group, retching silently. Wu breathes deeply, his hands on his knees. That wasn't a dream. He shakes his head like a lion's mane and spits on the floor. That was something else. Gaubette's breathing is shallow. She's covered in a thin sheen of sweat. It was a vision. I saw some sort of machine inside the walled city. Isabel turns, squinted in concentration. Her lips are white. It was churning something. It felt wrong, impossible. I think it was ripping. I don't know. Reality. The orc girl shudders. It was ripping a hole in reality. Ooh, it's our favorite ghoul. I believe we have just fallen in over our heads. Wu straightens up, drawing the back of her wrist across his mouth. What the hell was that, Raymond? No answer. Wu spins to find Raymond cowering, his head in his hand, shuddering and weeping. She's here. Oh crap, who's here, Raymond? What the hell is going on? Place a hand on his shoulder. Breathe, Raymond, breathe. Let's calm him down. Shouldn't have waited, shouldn't have hid. He looks up at you with bloodshot eyes. She's here. The queen with 1,000 teeth. Raymond rocks in place, hugging himself, staring past you at someone only he can see. I left prosperity in there. I left prosperity in there. I left prosperity in there. Uh-oh. Looks like Raymond's gone bye-bye. Shh, Gabette, Isabel whispers her admonishment. Take it easy, Raymond. You're with me. Snappy figures in front of Raymond's face. Ray, back here. Gently squeeze the shoulder. Edward, can you hear me? I'll do the middle one. Raymond blinks his eyes open. His voice is weak, hesitant, disconnected somehow. Are we in the subway? The right corner of his mouth twitches noticeably. Why is he stuttering? He's not. I used to stutter, and this doesn't sound like a stutter to me. Something else is going on. Could be the visions, could be the aborted brain surgery, or some combination of the two. Well, given the train car, I'd say you are back on track. Yeah. Look at him rocking back and forth. Something bad is happening. Began a long time ago, and I'm responsible. The queen, prosperity. The queen with 1,000 teeth, those dreams, visions, they've been coming to you for a long time, haven't they? Okay, that's it. It's time that you explained what the hell is going on here. What is prosperity, Raymond? Why is all this happening? Let's go with the third one. Raymond turns his head towards you, trying to focus. Focus, man! This is all because of me and my mother, something we did a long time ago. He puts a hand out and steadies himself on Wu's arm. My fault. Prosperity. All those people. Those poor, poor people. When you worked on the walled city? Yes, we rebuilt it in 2031. A new approach to... He fidgets with his gauze bandage. Low-income housing. I was in charge of a special project, an experimental project, one that would help countless people if we were successful. Wu's tone gets a little sharper. We know. We already covered this, Raymond. Prosperity. Shame eclipses the old man's face. You know about prosperity? Yes, sort of. Wu's tone gets a little sharper. We have already covered this, Raymond. We know that it's in the center of the walled city and that Edward Singh built it. And we have Edward Singh here to explain the whole thing, right, Edward? And why don't you just start at the beginning, Raymond? No, we're just going to have Edward. Yes, that's me. Edward Singh is Raymond Black. I know. I can explain. And fucking explain it already. The beginning, sometime in the 20s, my mother was awarded he searches for the word, the contract. The contract to rebuild the housing development, the walled city. Well, from the results, I say your mom kind of blew it. Prosperity failed. Frustration appears in the old man's tired eyes. I told you the walled city wasn't the prosperity project. The prosperity was the fortune engine I built at the center of the walled city. My special project. Fortune engine? What are you talking about? Wu sneers. You can't create fortune, Raymond. You kind of can, Gunshow. Some practitioners of feng shui believe they can do it. Ever heard of the Bagua of the 8 aspirations? Wu looks at Gabet flatly. No, Gabet, I must have skipped school that day. Me too, and I want to skip it now. Let's cut to the chase. Okay, keep going, Gabet, I want to hear this. Gabet wrinkles her nose at Wu. The Neo Feng Shui, the masters of the craft, can map the flow of qi and how it corresponds to different aspects in someone's life. Fame, relationships, creativity, inner knowledge, health, and fortune. That's 6. I thought you said there were 8 aspects. The little orc shrugs. I don't remember the other 2, but one of them was definitely fortune. She looks sidelong at Raymond. And what does your fortune engine do? The fortune engine was designed to improve the balance of ki in a negative ki environment. A negative ki environment? Somewhere shitty, like a slum. Like a low-income housing project. I believe that with the fortune engine, the rebuilt walled city might never become a slum. He drifts off for a moment, remembering. Then he squeezes his eyes shut and lowers his head. But the machine malfunctioned. Malfunctioned how? How does this thing work in the first place? And how do you know how to create magic machines, Ray? I thought you were an industrial engineer. Let's go with malfunction how. The mechanism I created to circulate negative ki in the walled city. He brings the liver spotted hand to his mouth. It got stuck. Stuck on what? Raymond rises slowly, pulling himself from his crumpled heap. His tone turns instructive, the old Raymond, but this time his explanation is halting and wary. Think of the fortune engine as a sort of propeller blade moving through astral space, circulating ki, keeping it fresh. When ki flows, when the rhythm is right, the results are positive, fortuitous. When I brought my design to the fortune engine to my mother, she embraced it. She more than embraced it, she bankrolled it, put an entire division of Sang Mechanical under me to develop it. Sounds like a big bet. The biggest of her career. Mother said that if the machine could bring fortune to the less fortunate, it would prove my theory. And if it could help the poor, imagine what a fortune engine could do for Josephine Sang. Wu's jaw clenches. But that's not what happened, was it? Something went wrong. The people in the walled city didn't benefit from your fortune engine, did they, Raymond? The old man bows his head, doesn't answer. Raymond, why didn't your fortune engine work? Answer the question, Raymond. What went wrong? Let's go with that one. It got stuck. He grabs his head with both hands, squeezing his eyes shut. The mechanism I created to circulate negative ki in the walled city got stuck. Stuck on what, Raymond? The old man gets a confused look on his face. His lips move soundlessly for several moments. Wu leans in close, drops to whisper, sees in his foster father's face. Wow, that's a tongue twister. Stuck on what? Raymond winces at Wu's tone and stumbles back a step, but it does the job and the old man focuses. Something in astral space. I wasn't sure what. That sounds bad. The machine started pulling negative ki, and the walled city started to fill with it. Fortunes turned bad. I've been in places where the feng shui was really bad, but that's not what I felt when I was in the walled city. No, ki needs to flow. Eventually, the enormous pool of negative ki became toxic. Fortunes turned from bad to worse. Much worse. Raymond's shoulders slump. Mother's vision for a rebuilt, revitalized walled city fell to ruin. It only took a few years for the trapped toxic ki to turn a brand new housing development into a hellish slum. Why didn't you turn it off? I couldn't. Something happened. Part of the malfunction. We couldn't turn it off. Then why didn't you blow it up? Wrap it up in C6 and turn it into a scrap heap? Mother refused. Why? I never found out. She wouldn't tell me. She would only say that it wasn't worth spending the additional resources to figure out how to fix it, or even how to turn it off. She sealed off the maintenance room. Our engineers poured a sarcophagus of thick concrete around it so no one would ever find out what we had done. Then she wrote the project off as a business loss and moved on like nothing ever happened, right? Yes. His face flushes and he fidgets with the gauze bandage on his head. And after that, I left Hong Kong, started a new life in Seattle, found you two. You should have stayed, tried to do something about it. You were a coward, Raymond. Yes. Yes, Duncan, I was a coward. And the guilt, the burden of my cowardice gripped me like a vice that never loosened. It's eaten me from the inside for 20 years. And then the nightmares began. Horrible. Still, I kept working the problem night and day. Did you ever figure out how to stop it? It took me years, even after you left, to make the connections, find what to do. But I did. I figured it out. And still the nightmares intensified until they became unbearable. I knew I had to come back, fix what I had done. That's why I contacted you, to help me see it through. Wu mumbles something, but all you can make out of it is the word coward. What about the rip in reality we saw in our vision? Wait, there's still a piece missing. What's causing the visions we're all having? Raymond's voice flattens. When the machine malfunctioned, when the circulator became stuck in astral space, it lodged in another domain, and something lived there. Not good. No shit. After 20 years of constant force, the circulator finally began tearing. Astral space created a rupture in her domain. And now she's pushing through. And now she's pushing through. And now she's pushing through. Yeah, she's pushing through all right. The queen with 1,000 fucking teeth. A thing you brought here, Raymond. Raymond stops his rocking, becomes fully lucid. He snaps back at Wu. I understand that, Mr. Wu. That's why I came back. I believe she's only partially here. She hasn't pushed all the way through yet. She's probing her new hunting ground. The emotional strain of a snap at Wu rattles him again. I know what to do now. How to extract the circulator, shut the machine down before she can fully manifest. Just get me to the center of the walled city, to the fortune engine. I will do the rest. Please help me. Help them. Alright. Let's see. You helped us overcome some hairy mistakes when we were kids, Ray. Now we get to help you fix yours. Duncan's right. There's a thing in there and it needs to be sent home. These visions are turning my guts inside out. I need to stop them at the source. The walled city is a serious revenue source for the triads. If we fix this, kindly chain is going to shower us in gold. That's not a bad idea. The machine has caused unspeakable misery. It needs to be shut down. Whatever misery the machine's caused is nothing compared to what's going to happen now. The little Decker's eyes open wide, more white than iris. It's not just a thing in there, Zilly. It's a Yama King, a demon goddess. I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I... We're trapped is. We can't run, and believe me, I want to. It's all I've been thinking of. But the APB is still out on us, and those visions... I got a feeling they're not going to stop unless we make him stop, and that fragile old man's the only way to do it. We've got to take him in there, Is. We've got to help him fix this. Gachu's face remains impassive, his eyelids lower in anticipation. I have the opportunity to kill a god. I cannot allow the opportunity to pass unanswered. APB, what about the J? Not everybody likes the J. I hate this country. I hate this life. Wu sets his jaw and hooks his thumb into his belt, and he stares evenly at Raymond, his voice cold. But I owe you, Raymond, and I'm not walking away from that. I intend to make us even. I'll help you fix your mess or die trying. Oh my. Alright, fear grips the people streaming from inside the walled city, the storm, blah blah, whatever. Oh, people have leveled. Leveled. Alright, Gobbet. Level 6. Let's see. Augment spell haste 3 or consume spirit. Let's go with haste. Okay. Next. Kaichu. Whirlwind. Gains a katana attack that can hit adjacent targets. +2 damage. Cannot do AP damage or regenerate. Let's see. He gets an ability that lets him regenerate 6 health points per round for 3 rounds. We'll go with that one. It's gonna be a self-healing samurai thing. Alright, lethal force. Gain cyberware, magnetic arm. Duncan has a magnetic cyber arm installed, allowing him to throw back incoming grenades. Oh, that'd be nice. Isobel. Sabotage. Augment weapon, mini launcher, or pain suppression. Okay, mini launcher. Mini launcher now strips 1 armor with every normal shot. Espionage. Pain suppression. While Isabel is jacked in the Matrix, attacks on her physical body are reduced by 3 damage. Fuck yeah. We're gonna go with that one. And back to Gobet. Let's just make sure we got... Yeah, okay. Confirm all. What about me? 12. Spend karma. Okay, let's see. Not ranged combat. You want close combat. Okay, so we need to up our strength. Gain a defense bonus to all non-magical range attacks made at close range. Bloop. There we go. Alrighty. Let us, what are we doing? We're gonna wrap this up. 5 people, all reeking of triad, huddled together next to your crew, muttering among themselves and pointing at the towering slum. One of them notices you and pats another on the chest with the back of his hand. It's the man who's been guarding the walled city entrance since you arrived in Haoi. He acknowledges you, a look of doomed determination on his face. Mrs. Chang sends her regards. She told us to keep an eye out for you. Is there something she needs? Mrs. Chang wants to know what the hell is going on inside the walled city. She sent us to find out and report back to her. The Triad soldier's hands shake. He sees you notice them and pulls them back, or behind his back. She said that if we saw you heading in there, we should go with you. We'd have a better chance of staying alive. She's right. We could take care of ourselves, Westerner. But Mrs. Chang said to follow your orders, so that's what we're gonna do. We need to provide for our families. The group of triads onto each other in forlorn unity as they take in the panic around them. The storm, the flood of people, the towering tenement, and something else, a wave of something emanating from within. Do you feel that? Gobet holds her stomach. Madness and Foley squeak their disapproval. It's like the walled city's bad breath or something. She groans. It's disgusting. I feel, I don't know, unclean just look at the place. Like life has no value or something. Like there's just no point to anything. That's the toxic key. And it is exactly the point. We need to get rid of it. Fix at the source, if I can. Raymond stares at the walled city, taking it in for the first time. The breath hitches in his chest, but the old man grits his teeth in grim determination. The fortune engine is located at the heart of the walled city. That's where I need to go. I'll drop a marker in the center of the walled city on everyone's PDA, Zilly. We should be able to weave our way through it to the machine. Alright, let's go. Whoa, wait a minute. You just want to rush in there? Don't we need some kind of, I don't know, plan? We can take advantage of the chaos. It may cover our approach in case someone is trying to stop us. We should split up. Keep Raymond back and out of harm's way. Look around, Gunshow. This whole place is in harm's way. It'll be safer if we split up. Zilly leads some of us to clear the way to the machine. Auntie's men can follow with the rest of us, escorting Raymond once the way is secure. Yeah, that'll work. Both teams, use your comm to stay in touch. We have no idea what we're gonna face in there. I will be right behind you, Zilzin. Take care of yourself. See you on the inside, little man. Raymond closes his eyes and lowers his head, solemn and resolved. Okay, so that is where I'm going to leave it off here. So the next time we come back, we're going to be busting into the walled city, getting to the center, and fixing this really negative, toxic key stuff. Yeah. And that should be pretty much the conclusion of this, I'm thinking. So, I will be back on Tuesday. With what? I don't know. Maybe a little bit of Talon Salem, maybe Final Fantasy 3 that someone's been pestering me to play because they got it for my birthday a few weeks ago. So we'll see. It's a surprise. Yeah, I don't know. I have a few suggestions of games. Maybe I'll just put all the names in a hat and pick one out, and that's what I'll go with. So yeah, and then on my Twitch page, obviously, I have my Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. If you've missed any part of the stream and want to catch up on it, you can find it on YouTube by tomorrow. It's where all my past streams go. Follow me on Twitter to get all of my announcements or whatever. Follow me. And if I get 50 followers, I will be leveling a tank class from 1 to 70 or 30 to 70, whichever, and streaming that whole fun stuff. Watch me fail tank, because I haven't tanked since Rift. I think that about covers it. So we'll be back next week, next Saturday, with to finish this up, I think. Looks like we're getting pretty close to the end. So yay! And I have, I think, 1 or 2 other Shadowrun games that I could do for Shadowrun Saturday. And maybe we'll do a Shadowrun Sunday, because I have a 25-day out of 30 achievement I still need to get. So, alright, I will see you guys next week. Or at least on Tuesday. But Saturday, definitely. For more Shadowrun. Bye-bye!